My name is Gracia Sotomayor, and I want to use the bike as a tool of empowerment. So, I want to start by asking you, how do you think traditional bike is used, and how do you use it, and why do you use it? So, if you have that image in your mind, I would like to ask you some other thing. Are you, are, are you sure? Are you sure that is how a bike is used? So this sport is artistic cycling, and it's a sport that literally changed my life. This is me having the opportunity to represent my country, Peru. That was last year in the World Championship in Stuttgart, Germany. So in my life, I think that there are three main stages or three things that defined the way I am today. So the first thing was that I come from a traditional mindset society. And traditional mindset societies are defined because boys and girls are not equal, right? So girls are supposed to be delicate and fragile and weak. Boys are more they're more strong and they can go outside the house and play football. Like there's certain behavior that a girl is supposed to follow and certain behavior that a boy is also supposed to follow. So yeah, my life, my limitations were defined by my outside world. I was always told what to do. I was told what to like, pink. I was told that I was going to be a good wife and I had to be a good mother. And I never thought about what I really wanted because everything was already defined. I just needed to concentrate and to focus on how to accomplish the things that I was told to do, the chores that were given to me because I'm a girl. So that also made me really dependent. Women are fragile and weak, so they depend on a boy or a man to take care of them. Uh, there is a no-go for going alone outside in the night. I always needed to have the companion of a man to go outside my house. So I felt really, really short and really limited. But that was only until I met my bike. For me, my bike is my best friend, and that's the second stage of my life. Um, the bike is historically known for breaking biases and redefining women's independence. Well, they even had to take out their corsets and start wearing pants in order to use the bike. So the bike was a tool of revolution. And the bike was a tool also of revolution for my own mind. Starting to ride the bike made me realize that actually I could go wherever I want, whenever I want, because I had my own way of moving around the city. Um, it was not easy at the beginning because I was catcalled. When you are a girl and you're walking alone, a lot of men are going to see you as an object and they are going to catcall you, and that's really not nice. But like starting to ride on my bike made me leave those moments behind because I was focusing on what I was doing. I was riding my bike 10 kilometers from my house to my job. And I thought like, oh wow, that's really nice. I can use my bike to move. Like I don't have to wait for nobody to pick me up and so I can go to my job. And then I started to ride in 20 kilometers per day, and then it was 60, and I was like, oh wow, I actually think that I can do more than what I thought that I could. So it changed my life. I realized that I could accomplish things that I never thought, that my legs and my mind were my motor, and that the bike really made me feel free, made me feel independent. So it started breaking a lot of my own boundaries. My perception of myself changed, of the things that I could do. And then that was already really great. But then I saw in a magazine this picture of this girl doing this, and I thought, wow, that is amazing. So that's the third stage in which I am right now. That's artistic cycling, and it became my passion. I watched that. I watched that image, and I felt so inspired. I thought that girl must be a superwoman because how is it possible that's even happening? I started doing some research and I couldn't find anything. All the clues lead to Germany. And I felt so inspired and so amazed by that image, by that sport, that I needed to follow it. So I moved to Germany and I met really amazing people. There's an organization that is called Indoor Cycling Worldwide, and they promote this sport. So they helped me a lot to be able to train this sport. This sport is usually trained when they are around 9, 10 years old. I started with more than 25, so that's kind of late, but they gave me the opportunity. And through this sport, I started to know more about myself. I started to see that I could accomplish things that I thought that were impossible. I never thought that I was going to use the bike in another way, but I started learning it. And it was not easy. The process is not easy, but I am doing it. And when I think about the things that I am doing and the things that I am learning that I thought they were impossible, now I realize that I don't think there's such a thing as impossible, like really, really impossible. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of patience and a lot of perseverance, but I am accomplishing it. So it makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel something that I never felt when I was in my society, when I was limited by my outside world. So, yeah, this sport became my life, and this sport inspires me a lot. So, I want to share that with you and with everybody else in the world, with all the women. I want to inspire them by doing the things that makes me happy. And I would like to encourage you also to be true to yourself. And when you're true to yourself, then you find these moments of happiness. For me, it was my bike. Um, and when I start riding my bike and I feel like truly, truly happy, I feel that I can share that I have within me, I can share with other people. And that's what makes it worth for me. So the whole path, it's definitely not easy. It was not easy for me to go through all of this stage that I told you about, but it's really, really worth it because I can see my own progress and I can change my own perception. I just have to find these moments of freedom, and that makes me self-aware and of what I can do, and that's really, really nice to feel. So go and do what makes you happy. Find these moments of happiness, of freedom, and although it's not easy, just continue because through all of these actions, you can really change mindsets. That's why I am aiming to do with this sport, to show it to the world in order for them to know what it's hard, but it's amazing. When you accomplish this, it's really, really amazing. Um, yeah, so I, Alfonsina Estrada said, as long as there's someone who sees what I see and feel what I feel, then the fire inside me lives in my Denver cyclist. And I totally agree with her. So, yeah, thank you.